There was a brief period, not even a year long, when I went to college that I thought maybe I'll minor in economics. I mean, I took Econ 100 and I took Econ 200, and they seem remarkably the same. I got A's in both, and I thought maybe I'll just pursue this as a minor. Then I took Econ 400, and I'm like, whoa, this is way over my head. Let's take this pass fail. So I don't know what's going to happen with Donald Trump's tariffs. And I'm not sure anyone does, because how do you absolutely positively know what's going to happen unless it's been done before? And while President William McKinley, who Donald Trump admires, did unleash tariffs during his administration way back when, we're in a decidedly different world now with different technological advancements and the like. But there's no doubt that Trump's tariffs have sent the stock market into a tizzy. The numbers, as I look at them right now, have the Dow down 1,500 points, 1,567 points. So trending towards 1,600. It was down 1,000 when it opened on the futures market. It's gone down 600 more points since then. The S&P 500 is down just a little bit under 250 points. And the NASDAQ is down over 1,000 points. So not surprising, because this scared markets, and we knew when Trump was threatening tariffs on companies, reciprocal tariffs, 100% tariffs, punitive tariffs, which is a tax. A tariff is a tax on goods shipped into the United States. Why would the president do that? Why would the president impose a tax on goods coming into the United States? Because certainly, even my rudimentary economic skills tell me that if a foreign country is charging the United States a 50% tariff, let's say, to ship goods into, pick a country out of the blue, Japan, why would Japan not tariff us more to offset that? And they would, and they do, and they have, as long as we've let them get away with it. Now we're going to find out if they will once Donald Trump moves to keep them from getting away with it. Now, the tariffs, while they have sent the markets into a tizzy, and if you're on the cusp of retirement, then it's okay for you to look at your 401k today. But if you're not on the cusp of retirement, just don't torture yourself by looking, okay? Because if you're going to retire in 2 years, or I would say even 2 months, by on the cusp, I mean if you're 2 days away from retirement, then you can look. But if you're a ways out, give this a chance to see if it works. I can see why it wouldn't, because I just have respect for people who have reached positions in life that tell me they know more than I do about a particular topic. If bankers hate this, if stock market analysts hate this, if free traders like Steve Moore and others hate this, then I'll pay attention to that. But I am left with a couple of questions about these tariffs, because when Donald Trump announced them yesterday, he did not announce what he had threatened to announce, which was reciprocal tariffs. Reciprocal tariffs mean if you charge us 50% on goods coming into your country, then we're going to charge you 50% on goods coming into our country. Now, that seems fair, doesn't it? Like, whatever you charge us, we'll charge you. It only seems unfair because it hasn't been done before. Because we get used to doing business the way we've always done business. And so it's like, well, wait a second, like we're charging you 50%. You're only charging us 5%. We like that equation. Donald Trump doesn't like that equation. Donald Trump has never liked that equation. Here he is talking in an interview. I don't have the sound, but I have what he said to Oprah Winfrey in 1988. 1988 is 37 years ago. And Donald Trump said this of foreign countries shipping their goods into America. They come over here, they sell their cars, their VCRs. That's how you know it's 37 years ago. Nobody buys a VCR anymore. They knock the heck out of our companies. They are beating the heck out of our country. And so this is not a new thing. Trump talked about this in his first term. He talked about it on the campaign trail. America voted for him to be president. Did you think he was lying? When Donald Trump says something that he's going to do as a policy, first time he ran, did he not talk about slashing corporate taxes? He did talk about it, and he did do it, and the stock market took off. Have we forgotten what our economy was like under Donald Trump? The first time he was president, were we told that his tax cuts would not have a positive impact? Yes, we were. Did they? Yes, they did. So I'm willing to extend a couple of things that in our culture right now, we are not good at, okay? We are not good at patience. Since the invention of the microwave oven, since you can call Uber Eats and have them deliver food from your favorite restaurant right to your front door, how many different demonstrations do we need today that whatever we want it now. And in fact, now is not good enough. We don't want it now. We want it right now. So we don't have patience in this country. And we also don't have much prudence. Joe Biden often said that, with age comes a little bit of wisdom. No, actually it doesn't. Age has nothing to do with wisdom. You can become more wise. The older you are, the greater your life experiences and things like that. But it doesn't seem prudent to me to say that something that has never been tried is automatically going to fail. Now, if it fails, I don't think Donald Trump wants to have an unpleasant 4 years in office. I don't think he wants his base to turn on him. And for his legacy as a twice elected American president to be what Joe Biden's legacy is today. And by the way, we are going to have a lot more on Joe Biden and what actually was going on in the White House from the mouths of those who were inside the White House. It's not at all what they told us. It is, in fact, the exact opposite of what they told us. But I don't believe Donald Trump wants that. He has been his entire adult life, not just a businessman, but a successful businessman. Okay? He went to the Wharton School of Business, which is a very esteemed school of business. He has been bankrupt and come back from bankruptcy, and I believe he is now a billionaire. So, look, I went through a 4-year period of escalating Joe Biden inflation and then the insult of telling me that the economy was great, even when it wasn't. I had to get multiple jobs to make ends meet for our family. I'm not going to freak out and panic in a day, a week, a month. Let's get to December, shall we? Let's see what happens. Because Donald Trump yesterday, while he announced tariffs and while this has rocked the markets and while it has given many Democrats another reason to say, Trump is terrible and he doesn't know what he's doing and he's stupid. And by the way, if you want to know the Democratic reaction to this, not that this will be any grand surprise to you, but here are 3 stooges from the U.S. Senate, starting with Richard Blumenthal, talking about the impact of Trump's tariffs. It's somewhere in my array here. I've got a lot of stuff to play for you, and I'm clearly searching for it. And I don't know why I can't find it. I know it's there. I'm loaded up with all the stuff on Biden. Here we go. Here's the Democratic Senate freak out on Donald Trump's tariffs.
Tariffs are dumb. They are also cruel, and they are stupid. What is this going to do to American families? It's going to clobber them. And why is he doing it? Reduce taxes on the billionaires.
What we're seeing with Trump is not America first, but what's going to be is America alone.
All right, so there's Blumenthal, Chuck Schumer, and Mark Warner. I really want to hone in on the Warner comment. America alone. Is it going to be America alone? The tariffs Trump's announced yesterday are not reciprocal tariffs. People who charge us, 60% on our goods. Are we charging them now 60% on their goods? No, we're not. We're charging them 30%. So let me think a minute. if they're selling us goods, and we're a country that likes our stuff, right? George Carlin did a funny bit about that. Got to have a place for my stuff. Got to have a bigger place for my stuff because I got more stuff and I'm always getting more stuff. If we're buying their stuff and they decide they're going to charge us, a bigger tariff than we are charging them, and we then escalate our tariff on their stuff that they're selling to us so it can become our stuff, they're going to make less money. But are they going to make no money, or are they only going to make half as much money? If somebody said, I'll give you $1 million, and then they gave you only $500,000, you'd be disappointed. But would you say, I don't want the $500,000? No, you wouldn't. So that's why I'm willing to give this some time.
Watch remains in effect through Sunday morning. Periods of rain, breezy. High this afternoon, 73. Rain tonight could be heavy. Thunderstorm, low 50. Clouds tomorrow morning, partly sunny for the afternoon. A brief shower or two, high 58. And then Saturday, breezy in the morning, couple of brief showers. Rain could be heavy. A thunderstorm for the afternoon. The high Saturday at 71. On Sunday, rain, thunderstorm, otherwise a cloudy day. High Sunday at 47. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
ProView Remodeling, Ohio's #1 choice in sunroofs, windows, doors, decks, siding, patios, porches, basements, and bathroom remodels. Call ProView Remodeling today and get 25% off or 60 months, 0 interest. That's right, 60 months, 0 interest. Call or text 7 days a week, 614-756-3140. You win with ProView Remodeling, 614-756-3140. Check us out at proviewremodeling.com.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-292-7875. Do you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans? With credit card debt at all-time highs, Debt Relief Advocates is urgently notifying consumers of debt relief now being made available, designed to aid consumers with out-of-control credit card debt. Those who qualify and enroll for this relief program will only have to pay back a fraction of what they owe. This is not bankruptcy or a debt consolidation loan. This is a relief program that credit card companies would rather you not know about, as it ends your debt nightmare and saves you lots of money. Consumers owing at least $10,000 in credit card debt or personal loans can now take advantage of this debt relief as the cost of living skyrockets. Debt Relief Advocates has established a relief hotline for you to call to learn what debt reduction you may qualify for, so don't wait. For this free information, call the Relief Hotline at 800-505-8709. 800-505-8709. 800-505-8709. Quick question. Did you know that the conservative news and talk content that you're currently enjoying on this station and online is supported by advertisers? Here's another one for you, and this one is for our business audience. Are you aware that our loyal listeners eagerly engage with our advertisers because they know that these advertisers share their values and care about our programming as much as they do? Listeners, tell your favorite businesses about us. And business owners, contact us today to create and implement strategies that drive people to connect and engage with you, helping you grow and experience the value of long-term loyal customers. Join with us today to continue spreading the good word.
To learn how to reach our audience with your business's message and support this station, contact Carolyn Cassidy at 614-318-0401 or click on the Advertise With Us banner at 989theanswer.com. That's 989theanswer.com.
Got the ticket count yesterday on the Larry Elder Night with Larry Elder event at the Dare Dutchman in Plain City. We had a number in mind that we hoped to sell when we first started. We've exceeded that number already by 10. So we've opened up some additional space and we've made available a few more seats. So you're not shut out yet, but if we continue at the pace that we are, and if we sell as many tickets this week as we did last week, we will be at our max number. So I'm not trying to scare you. Love to have you. It's going to be a great night. Der Dutchman food, that's worth the trip. Larry Elder, all the way from LA. You can certainly drive from Gahanna or from the Easton area or Westerville or Upper Arlington or Hilliard or wherever to come and see the Sage of South Central. Break bread with us at the Der Dutchman. Jack Windsor will be on stage as well. It'll be a great night. I just want you to know full well that we'd love to see you. So if you want to get a ticket, get it quickly, 989theanswer.com. All right, so Trump has announced his tariffs and the markets hate it, but we knew the markets would hate it. And of course, CNN hates it. Here is Stephen Collison of CNN. He says, Donald Trump just took the greatest political gamble with the U.S. economy of any modern president. Would you consider Joe Biden a modern president? Spending trillions that we didn't need to spend on stimulus checks and Build Back Better and the American Rescue Plan and the Inflation Reduction Act that sent inflation soaring to 9.1%. I kind of felt like that was a gamble that didn't pay off. Remember when they told us that inflation was transitory and it was actually good that we were having a little bit of inflation? Everything the previous administration told us about the economy, they told us initially would be great, and it wasn't. And then when it was proven that it wasn't, they kept telling us how great it actually was. So I'm going to give Donald Trump more than a day, more than a month. I'm willing to wait 6 months to see where this goes, because many people predict that now that Trump has announced these tariffs, and as I talk with Josh Pick, Aptus Retirement Blueprint Radio Show on Fridays, we'll have a lot on this tomorrow. But Josh always says the markets hate uncertainty. Well, they must hate certainty too, because Trump announced yesterday that the tariffs will not be. This was better news than they anticipated. Better news than he had threatened. He threatened reciprocal tariffs. Reciprocal means whatever you're charging us, we're going to charge you. He didn't do that. He, in a demonstration of his benevolence, halved whatever countries are charging us. Like China charges us a 67% tariff on their imported goods. We're going to charge them 34%. Taiwan, 64%. Semiconductors, things like that. India, 52%. I don't know what we buy from India, but we're only going to charge them 26%. Israel's already dropped all tariffs against the U.S. What does that tell you? It tells you that they want to do business with the United States of America. And here is Louisiana Senator John Kennedy. It's always a great day when John Kennedy renders an opinion on something that we can talk about on the Bruce Hooley Show. Here is John Kennedy on the dire predictions of inflation because of Donald Trump's tariffs.
China has huge trade barriers. They don't have inflation, they've got deflation. India has a lot of trade barriers. They don't have raging inflation. We'll know more in the next couple of months. If you want a surefire investment, go book as many rooms as you can at the Hay Adams Hotel across from the White House, because every foreign trade representative is going to be coming to America to meet with the Trump administration, try to negotiate. So it'll be 3 or 4 months before we know what the final tariffs are going to be.
Okay, so homespun Senator Kennedy says 3 or 4 months. Give it a little bit of time. A little patience, a little prudence. What about Ohio Senator Bernie Moreno? It's a dire story in one local media outlet today. I think it's Channel 6's website, WSYX. It says, oh, this is going to wreak havoc with the effort to build houses in Columbus. Lumber prices are going to go out of sight. They might go up. They're already out of sight in my mind. Yet we have housing developments going up all over town. So it just seems like we've adjusted to the new normal on lumber prices. Lumber prices go up again. Are people going to run out of the need for housing? No. Will they cost more? Yes. but what doesn't cost more over time? So we'll see. But here's Bernie Moreno, U.S. Senator, on with Caitlin Collins of CNN, reacting to former Vice President Mike Pence, saying that Trump's tax cuts will result in the largest peacetime tax increase in United States history. Bernie Moreno.
No offense to Mike Pence, he's never run anything other than a political campaign. This is not a business guy. So he's repeating talking
he was the
points.
Vice president.
Yeah, but he never ran a business. So he has no idea what any of this is about. He's never been in the private sector. You know, these career politicians are part of the problem here in D.C. because they actually don't know what it's like to actually understand how businesses work. And what President Trump is doing is reversing the policies of people like Mike Pence, who sold this country out, that over decades gutted our industrial sector, shipped our jobs overseas. Cities like Cleveland, Columbus, Dayton, Toledo, Youngstown, these were thriving cities that produced a lot of goods. Look,
Why do you hold Pence responsible for that, though?
Because he's just that group of politicians that were both Republicans and Democrats. It's not, again, him personally. It's just that group of politicians. A lot of the ones that I watched give speeches today on the Senate floor, they've been there for 20, 30 years while this country's been taken advantage of by foreign countries. Did nothing about it.
Is he wrong on that? Has Blumenthal been there forever? Yes. Has Schumer been there forever? Yes. Has Warner been there for more than 2 terms? Yes. Was Sherrod Brown there for 3 terms? Yes. Okay. So American manufacturing, is Bernie Moreno wrong about Youngstown? Is he wrong about Cleveland? Is he wrong about Columbus auto plants? Like, remind me again, what's over on the west side now where the auto plant used to be? Oh, that's right. It's a casino now. Remind me again, when you're driving into Cleveland on I-71 and you get to about just past Strongsville, you used to look over on your left, you see a massive Ford plant. Is that there now? No. What's going to be there? And if he gets his way, Jimmy Haslam gets his way, there's going to be a new Browns stadium there because the Ford plant is gone, right? So, look, I don't know that it's practical to expect all that manufacturing to return to the United States. But I'm willing to wait and see. I'm willing to wait and see. When I put something in the microwave, I warmed up my dinner last night. My wife made me a delicious steak last night. Vegetables to go with it. The vegetables were done before the steak, so the vegetables got a little cold. I popped it in the microwave for a minute. You know what I didn't do after 5 seconds? I didn't stand there and I didn't go, come on, hurry up. Because I knew it would take a minute for the vegetables to warm up. And it was worth the wait because it was delicious. Okay? I don't know where this is going with the tariffs. I have no idea. I'm not making a prediction. I'm not in Trump's pocket. If this goes bad, I'll say it's a dumb idea. Everybody else was right. Democrats are rooting for it to go bad because they know Trump got elected because Biden's economy was terrible. Yes, of course. The pronoun fascination of Democrats, the chopping off of young kids' body parts was big with Democrats. But by and large, people decided that 4 years of a Joe Biden economy, Bidenomics, was disastrous. And they wanted the economy that Donald Trump built from 2017 through 2019 back. Is this something that right away gives them that? No. But might it in time? I don't know. Neither do you.
With SRN News, I'm Rich Thomason in Washington. The Wall Street sell-off is deepening this morning. The stock market rattled by President Trump's reciprocal tariffs on America's trading partners. The president says the higher tariffs will boost the American manufacturing sector while increasing tax revenue.
We'll see.
Economists worry about the possibility of a recession. The European Union among trading partners promising a stern response to the higher tariffs. Federal judge will be holding a hearing later today regarding the recent deportation of alleged members of a violent Venezuelan gang. At least 3 deaths are blamed on strong storms that raked parts of the South and the Midwest overnight. There were fierce winds, tornadoes, as well as flooding rain. Now looking at Wall Street, the Dow is down 1,400 points, loss of 3%. The NASDAQ off 927 points, a 5% loss. More details, srnnews.com.
Charlie Kirk, I've been thinking, why does it feel like losing weight is harder than ever before? Mixed messages, fad diets, and quick fix solutions, many people are left stuck and exhausted trying to fight a battle they can't seem to win. If you feel this way, you're not alone. I used to feel that way too. But let me tell you, it's not your fault. Your body is working against you, and delaying action only makes it harder. I took a step 2 years ago and called PhD Weight Loss and Nutrition and lost 40 pounds. I feel great and have kept it off. If you're ready to make a change for life, call 855-696-2020. That is 855-696-2020 to schedule your weight loss consultation. The first 11 callers who mention healthy will get 2 free weeks added to their weight loss package. Call 855-696-2020 and mention the word healthy. Visit them at myphdweightloss.com. That is myphdweightloss.com. It works, everybody. Check it out at myphdweightloss.
He's consistently ranked by industry trades as one of the country's top radio morning hosts. He's Chris Tegal, and you can hear him weekday mornings from 6 to 9 on your station for news, opinion, and passion. 98.9 FM, The Answer.
Bad decisions limit future options. Make enough bad decisions, and you will destroy your life. Listen to The Flot Line with your host Rick Hughes every Sunday morning at 8 here on 98.9 FM, The Answer. The Flot Line describes a main line of resistance in your soul built on God's Word. Join us every Sunday for 30 minutes of inspiration, motivation, education, all without manipulation. That's The Flot Line with Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 8, right here on 98.9 FM, The Answer.
Financing a home, especially in today's market, is one of the biggest decisions you'll make for your family. Work with a mortgage company that puts you first. I do. Work with a lender founded on biblical principles like do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. I do. It's Mike Gallagher for the only mortgage company I've used for almost a decade now when financing or refinancing Fellowship Home Loans. I'm friends with the owners, Mike and Brian. I even have them on my show occasionally. I know the care their team puts into every single customer. I can personally tell you that it's a smooth, stress-free process, and that's due to Fellowship's level of service and expertise that puts you in the right loan for your family and your goals. There's a reason Fellowship Home Loans is flooded with 5-star reviews. Whether purchasing a home or a cash-out refi to consolidate some higher interest debt, you can trust Fellowship Home Loans. Start the process. Make the call, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-MIKE, 800-510-6453. Fellowship Home Loans, mortgage lending by the book.
Nationwide Mortgage Bankers, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 819382.
News, opinion, passion. Here, 98.9 FM, The Answer. Anywhere you go. The Answer's mobile app at 98.9theanswer.com. Also on your smart speakers, TuneIn, or iHeart.
Hey, good news. The Discount Shopping Club has been repopulated with the 80% efficiency furnace from Temperature Pro Columbus. Yes, it will take care of your home from 1,200 to 1,600 square feet, originally priced at $3,800 down to $1,900. Those tuition deals at Valor Christian University and Ohio Christian University, both here in Central Ohio, they remain. So do mattress discount certificates from Mac Mattress Outlets. If you haven't checked out the Discount Shopping Club at 989theanswer.com, you're missing out on an opportunity to save money. Everybody's interested in saving money, aren't they? Yes, I think so. And there are many more deals there than I can articulate in just 1 minute to highlight some of the bigger items like I just did. So go to 989theanswer.com. Besides the Discount Shopping Club, you'll find all the podcasts of all the programs here on the station, opportunities to buy tickets to great events like our Larry Elder event in April. Make it your home. 989theanswer.com. That Larry Elder event is the first event we've had, I think, since our debate watch party on June the 27th. I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't think we had an event since then. Oh, the June 27th presidential debate. Oh, yes. That was Joe Biden and Kamala. That was Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Have you forgotten that? I don't think you've forgotten that. I don't think anybody's forgotten that. But let me refresh your memory.
And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more Border Patrol and more asylum officers.
President Trump? I really don't know what he said at the end of this, and I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
One of the most memorable moments of that debate, Trump saying, I don't know what he said there, and I don't think he knows what he said either. Now, we were told that Joe Biden just had a bad night. In fact, here's Ron Klain, who was the guy prepping Joe Biden for that debate, telling us that Joe Biden just had a bad night. Okay, well, Ron Klain does not have a twin brother, but now Ron Klain is telling a much different story. He is telling that story, in fact, to an author, and that author's name is Jonathan Allen. And in his book, which is titled Uncharted, How Trump Beat Biden-Harris and the Odds in the Wildest Campaign in History, Ron Klain says the debate prep for Joe Biden went very, very bad. They scheduled a 90-minute debate. Remember, Joe Biden took a week off from being president of the United States to prepare for the debate? A week off. He went to, I think it was some retreat out in the woods. We didn't hear from him for a week, which at the time is a little strange. Can you imagine the Democratic freak out if Donald Trump went dark for a week? What is wrong with Donald Trump? His health is bad. Nobody said a word. Oh, it's just totally normal that Joe Biden, who's immersed in the daily politics of being president of the United States, theoretically every day, would need to take a week to prep for a debate. There are myriad topics that if you wanted to debate me on, I wouldn't need 5 minutes, 10 minutes or more to prepare. I just know them in my head. You would think Joe Biden, being president, could speak articulately and eloquently about what was going on in his administration. But he couldn't do that. He needed a week. And Ron Klain, who had been Biden's chief of staff, headed up the debate prep. Oh, they built a set and they had lights and they tried to make it so Joey didn't have to, that favorite Democratic exercise, reimagine what a debate would look like. No, they built an exact replica of what Biden was going to face when he walked out and debated Donald Trump, except that in this new book, Ron Klain now says, halfway through the first 90-minute practice debate, Joe Biden was completely and totally wiped out, that he had no energy left, that his voice was failing. And it was at that point that Joe Biden got a brilliant idea. He said that maybe if I just look into the camera and look confused, people will think that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's talking about because they'll say, oh, look at President Biden. He can't follow what Donald Trump is saying. And Klain said, no, they will just think that you're confused. And that is one of the problems that we have with the campaign. Now, let me play a little bit more detail from the author of this book about what allowances were made for Joe Biden. You saw him wander off stages, right? This way, that way, pointing here, there, where, huh, who, what, where's the exit? This might explain that.
He needed, again, fluorescent tape on the floor to show him where to go. He needed teleprompters to talk to small groups, small donor groups. He would put on makeup early in the morning to do cabinet meetings, and then sometimes do the makeup and not do the meetings, right? So they all knew that there was a level of decline. I think there were varying appreciations for that.
They all knew, he said. They all knew. Did they all know? Because I'm trying to go off of what we were told about Joe Biden, and I seem to remember a much different story. Maybe his press secretary, maybe she disclosed Joe Biden's complete and utter incompetency. Did she?
Or see him on Air Force One, I have to be on top of my game.
She had to be on top of her game. He's as sharp as he's ever been. Yes, of course he was. Certainly, the then Senate Majority Leader, Chuck Schumer, would know if there was any decline in Joe Biden, right?
I talk to President Biden, regularly. His mental acuity is great. It's fine. It's as good as it's been over the years. I've been speaking to him for 30 years.
30 years. Notice no difference in Joe Biden. That's Chuck Schumer. What about, maybe if Schumer didn't see it, certainly a savvy political animal like Nancy Pelosi, she must have picked up on it.
So Joe Biden has vision, he has knowledge, he has a strategic thinker. This is a very sharp president.
A very sharp president. That's what Nancy Pelosi said. Anybody else? Anybody else in the administration have a more enlightening opinion on all of that? Well, maybe a member of the cabinet, maybe somebody like, I don't know, Alejandro Mayorkas. I mean, the border was a big deal, and Alejandro Mayorkas was, head of Homeland Security. He probably, if anybody was going to pick up on Joe Biden's failings, it certainly would have been Alejandro Mayorkas.
The most difficult part about a meeting with President Biden is preparing for it, because he is sharp, intensely probing, and detail-oriented and focused.
This should not make you angry. It should infuriate you. Joe Biden held the office of president, but did not perform the office of president, which begs a question. Who did? Who did? And they were going to run him again until he was embarrassed on national TV on June the 27th. They were perfectly willing to put him out there. And in fact, after that, Ron Klain said in August that Biden should have stayed in the race. Should have stayed in the race. Now, I thought about this and I got really, really upset because we all knew it. We all saw it. We all knew they were lying to us. He wasn't sharp as a tack. He didn't get more accomplished in a day than anybody else did. But I wanted to go and reflect a little bit deeper on it. These comments from Ron Klain are on the record in a book about to be widely distributed. You'll all be able to read them. Ron Klain points out that Joe Biden was not fit to be president of the United States, and that he knew it. And now Ron Klain is admitting that he knew it. What would possess a person now to admit to things that they lied about on national television in repeated interviews before? Wouldn't you be hesitant to cop to a lie that large? Wouldn't you think, all my credibility will be gone if I do that? I might be called before Congress to testify about what I knew and when I knew it, and whether I've engaged in any kind of criminal activity, and why I didn't make use of the 25th Amendment if, in fact, I saw the President of the United States being that inept on a daily basis. What kind of aspect to your character do you have to not realize that telling the truth now implicates you in the lies you had before? This is someone who is a pathological liar, and someone who is so detached from reality and caring about the country that they don't realize and don't care that they are admitting essentially to treason against the United States of America. Having information that was germane to the safety and security of 330 million Americans, a president who could not think on his feet, and keeping that a secret. And you're not moving to like a foreign country so that nobody finds that out about you now, because the consequences of admitting such would be so grievous and embarrassing and perhaps criminal that you just freely tell it to someone writing a book about those experiences. Man, the people working for Joe Biden,
Remains in effect through Sunday morning. Periods of rain, breezy. High this afternoon, 73. Rain tonight could be heavy. Thunderstorm, low 50. Clouds tomorrow morning, partly sunny by the afternoon. A brief shower or two, high 58. And then Saturday, breezy in the morning, couple of brief showers. Rain could be heavy. A thunderstorm for the afternoon. The high Saturday at 71. On Sunday, rain, thunderstorm, otherwise a cloudy day. High Sunday at 47. I'm Steve Williams on 98.9 FM. The Answer.
Planning for retirement is no small task. If you don't know where to start, join Rodney Peters of Peters Wealth Group every Saturday at 10 and 2 for Retire Ready Ohio. Rodney shares helpful tips and strategies that just might change the course of your retirement. Listen every Saturday at 10 and 2 to Retire Ready Ohio with Rodney Peters of Peters Wealth Group. The firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services are offered through Peters Wealth Group, a state-registered investment advisor.
This March and April, Temperature Pro is turning up the heat on kindness.
For every pack of diapers our team picks up during a service call, we'll make a contribution to Bottoms Up Diaper Bank, helping families in need right here in Central Ohio. When we come to service your HVAC, you can help too. Just have a pack of diapers ready for us, any size, any brand, and together we'll make a difference, one diaper at a time. Need a repair, tune-up, or new system? Call Temperature Pro, proud supporter of Bottoms Up Diaper Bank.
Hi, I'm Chuck McDowell, the timeshare cancellation guy and founder of Wesley Financial Group. And I want to set the record straight. I am not an attorney. I've never wanted to be an attorney. And the truth is, I really don't even like attorneys. If I sound like an attorney, I apologize. But what I've learned in my 15 years in the timeshare cancellation business is you don't need to be an attorney to get folks out of their timeshare. At Wesley, we've helped over 40,000 families cancel their timeshare, and I want to share with you how we do it. Just give my office a call. I guarantee if we take you as a client, we'll get you out of your timeshare, or you'll pay nothing. Attorneys, this was meant to be funny, so please don't sue me, especially my friend Kenneth from Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Call now for your free timeshare exit info kit. 800-919-1441. 800-919-1441. 800-919-1441. Everybody's probably afraid of something, whether that fear is rational or irrational. I'm Bruce Hooley, here to tell you good news that if you were afraid that the MyPillow mega sale was going to go away before you could take advantage of it, well, MyPillow has extended the mega sale on overstock clearance and brand new products. For example, you can save $40 on new spring MyPillow bed sheets in any size and any color. Save 30% on the brand new Mike crosses. They're designed in the likeness of the one Mike has worn every day for over 20 years. And they do come in men's and women's styles, and they're made right here in the USA. You can get the 6-piece bath towel set for only $39.98. The initial qualities are low, so get them now before they go. And the best-selling standard MyPillow is just $17.98. Take advantage of the Megan Sale 2.0. Go to mypillow.com and use my promo code Bruce. mypillow.com, promo code Bruce. Don't forget, you get free shipping on orders of over $75 or more. So do it now. mypillow.com, promo code Bruce. mypillow.com, promo code Bruce.
Hey, I have a question for you. Was your air conditioner just not keeping you comfortable last season? Well, why not get a jump on the hot weather you know's coming with an air conditioner by Day and Night Heating and Cooling Products from Temperature Pro Columbus. The regular price is $5,500, but your discount shopping club price is only $2,750. That's half price. Now, there's only one available, so you gotta move quickly and be prepared for those hot summer days and nights. Learn more at 989theanswer.com or call Armat at 614-216-5049.
QC Kinetics is your pathway back to the kind of life you had before pain interrupted things you like to do. Maybe it's landscaping during the summertime, planting flowers, mulching your flower beds. Maybe it's just something that your hands don't get dirty, but you enjoy doing, like taking walks in the neighborhood or working out at your local health spa. Or maybe it's biking, but whatever it is, if there's pain that's accompanying it, it doesn't have to accompany it anymore. QC Kinetics clinics all over Central Ohio. Their business is thriving because they are allowing you to thrive with advanced biologic treatment, where they withdraw your blood, concentrate the healing agents in your blood. They're called platelets, re-injecting those platelets into your affected area, whether it's your knee, your hip, your elbow, your back, whatever it is, you can find relief. Many have, thousands have, throughout the country and here locally. Call them and pursue your free consultation to find out if it can work for you. 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. We will talk at 12:05 today with Matt Mayer of OpportunityOhio.org. We will talk about Trump's tariffs. We will talk about the revelations in these books about Joe Biden. Again, I won't buy the books, but I'll certainly read the excerpts. And I may borrow one from my local library, although I've railed against spending millions of dollars on new library facilities. I'd just as soon read it online. But I'm sure Matt will have a strong opinion on the revelations from Ron Klain, who suddenly decided that, maybe I ought to try telling the truth once. Here's Karl Rove on Fox this morning talking about how Americans should feel in light of these disclosures about how addled Joe Biden was from Ron Klain and others who were inside the White House.
They have to do this because they were part and parcel of a gigantic conspiracy to hide from the American people the fact that Joe Biden was simply not up to the task. They were more concerned with making certain that he would be the candidate than they were with what the country needed and what the country deserved. This really, should make us angry. These people knew that he was not up to the job, and yet rather than go to him and say, Mr. President, it is time for you to call an end to this and allow the Democratic Party to nominate somebody else, they put him into this campaign, put him into that debate. One question that we really ought to ask is, who agreed? Who thought a June debate 3 months before we've ever had a presidential debate? Who thought that that was a good idea? Because I think that person might have had the conviction that an early debate would show that he was simply not up to it and result in what we saw, which was his withdrawal from the race. But all these people saying now, oh, you know what, he really was up to it. Who are they kidding? We all saw it and we all knew it.
Yes, we all did. And they all told us how crazy we were. Remember deep fakes, cheap fakes, all that? Shouldn't be angry. You should be infuriated. And there should be hearings on this. I'll ask Matt Mayer if there could be or should be or will be hearings on this. Matt will join us at 12:05. Now, here's an update on a couple of really horrific local crime stories. One more recently than the other. The owners of the 2 pit bulls in Circleville, the pit bulls got out and mauled to death a 73-year-old woman back in October. The owners of those pit bulls have been sentenced to 14 and 16 and a half years in prison for involuntary manslaughter. I think the mom got 14 years and the son got 16 and a half years. Their 2 dogs attacked and killed a 73-year-old woman while her husband, who was suffering, I think, from dementia, watched from the porch of their home. Dogs had been, the owners of these dogs had been told for a long time that these dogs were dangerous, that they were ordered by their condominium association to confine them. They didn't do it. And these prison sentences, to me, I have no problem at all. And they should serve every day of those sentences because they took a woman from her husband, from her family, from her community, with no justification whatsoever. You might also remember the heartbreaking story. It's almost 2 years ago now, in the summer of 2023, where the body of a newborn baby was discovered in a garbage truck while it was retrieving garbage on its daily rounds in a neighborhood in Plain City. Plain City Police Chief Dale McKee announced yesterday that an arrest has been made in this case. They have charged a woman from Greene County, Anuradha Manyakonda, I think is how you say her name, with gross abuse of a corpse, a 5th-degree felony in the death of a little girl who had no name but was given the name Madison Baby Doe. Madison County Doe, of course, John Doe, Jane Doe, and she was a baby. 5th-degree felony. Why 5th-degree felony? I wondered about this when I saw it. She cannot, this person who's been arrested, she cannot be charged with homicide. Listen to Plain City Police Chief Dale McKee explain why.
The post-mortem examination was conducted by the Montgomery County Coroner's Office. The delay in the discovery of the corpse and injuries caused by the garbage truck compactor have made it impossible to determine the time of cause or death. However, there is no evidence to support allegations relating to homicide.
So this seems, I mean, this is just hard to reconcile. Because I think all of our inclinations are anybody who would do this to a child, a 5th-degree felony does not seem on the surface sufficient. But as Chief McKee pointed out, you cannot assume, A, that the child was alive when it was placed in the trash container. You have to allow for the possibility that this woman was, that the baby was stillborn. You have to allow for the possibility that mental health issues intruded. She didn't know what to do, or she was not in her right mind to do what the rest of us would do. Here's how they found the suspect. This is a tribute to the excellent police work that was done in this case.
This whole case was solved with forensic science. So the way we obtained a suspect was actually by going through trash. All right, and then we obtained the DNA through the samples that we obtained through the trash.
So they found a Q-tip in a beer bottle. They went through the trash. They took the baby's DNA and they matched it to DNA that they found on other items in the trash. Now, Chief McKee announced that this woman does not live in this area, but was staying with relatives. So the question is, how do the relatives not know this? There's Chief McKee explaining that.
Leave them. This case isn't, I know a lot of people think that this case should have been kind of an easy one, because one day a lady is pregnant, and then the next day she's not. So what happened to the child? So this case was very difficult to prove because there's no witnesses at all. This, again, was all done through forensic science and DNA. But there is no evidence to know if anybody had any knowledge of this other than the suspect.
So I've heard of cases before where a woman can be pregnant and people aren't aware she's pregnant, and it's rare. But final comment from Chief Dale McKee on this case.
We don't have any evidence to prove that the baby was alive. Again, through my media release, I stated that the injuries caused by the trash truck made it hard to determine. I'm not saying that the baby wasn't alive. I'm just saying that we can't prove the baby was alive at the time it was put into the trash can.
So that is how that extremely sad case ends, with some degree of closure. Person arrested was in Madison County Court yesterday. We have further updates as the case progresses. Matt Mayer next on the Bruce Hooley Show.
ProView Remodeling, Ohio's #1 choice in sunroofs, windows, doors, decks, sidings, patios, porches.
Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Good audience
Call
today.
ProView
And man, that's a hard one. Little baby dying. I can't. It's a hard one. It's a hard one. So senseless. But we can't presume that the mother killed the child. But boy, it's a dad of 3 girls. That one's a hard one to come to grips with. I hope you guys have a good day.